if you're a new entrepreneur, you have to first build a client base, you have to build a trust, and you have to set those expectations. So it goes back to those foundational pieces. I know you were talking about foundation. So as an entrepreneur, you said sometimes we're not ready. And this is true. We see a lot of people, we've seen it happen here. People come on the show, they got that push, and then it's like they weren't ready for the push.
Yeah.
So,
I know what this feels like. I was there.
What are those foundational pieces that you would say that entrepreneurs should have in the event that what you're wishing for actually comes to fruition?
Yeah, I think something that you said in the beginning of that can be your business model in the beginning too, right? You see like a lot of businesses that have customized products, or you have to be tailored. And we were talking about Ghana. My husband got like 10 outfits in Ghana and he had to be tailored and measured for it. It wasn't anything that he could buy off the shelf. But I've also seen entrepreneurs where they have very limited capital, very limited product supply, and then they're constantly sold out on their website without communicating that, hey, this is a one-of-a-kind piece, and it's going to take 6 to 8 weeks to be able to get it. And because of that, there's a premium price that's associated with that in order to come. And like that is the business model. I've also seen, like, I've gotten people to come to my house to cut my hair or like do my nails, and they charge bottom basement pricing, and they're not charging like a travel fee. Well, that's not, and they feel like they're less than because they don't have a shop. I was like, you were providing a concierge service. What are you talking about? Like, if you don't add significant tax on that, but that's a misalignment with who they're serving. If you understand that you're serving people that value their time and constantly trying to buy back their time, they will pay a premium to not go sit in a barbershop or make an appointment, but still sit there for 2 hours. And so if you understand who your true customer is around that, there is no scarcity issue. And there's a different way that you can look at the business and a different way that you can promote the business that increases the value of it significantly. If you can come to my house and cut my hair, I will pay you double or triple because I don't have time to sit in the barbershop. It is not less than of your business. And I think that's the thing that even in the application process with Black Ambition, we see over and over again is like really amazing ideas, really amazing traction. They have no idea how to communicate the value high enough that I can see a return on the investment, or any other investor or partner can see a return on that. And then oftentimes we don't understand why we're not seeing the money. And there's other nuances as part of that. And then you see white businesses being able to accelerate in the exact same industry. Sometimes what I see in the difference is there's an overinflation of the value on one end, and there's an underinflation of the value on the other end. There's other parts to that. There's racism.
Yeah,
but like, that's also something that we see time and time again in our applications.
So what are some other things, or like another thing that you picked up from that book?
FOMO was another one. So fear of missing out, and how to like kind of enact that. One of the other things that I thought, and I cannot remember the name of the principle, but oh gosh, what is it called? It'll come to me. But essentially, it gave this example of this bakery that like this person would drive by all the time, and they saw the bakery, but they didn't really pay any attention to it. And then the one day that they saw a line outside the door is the day that they stopped. And it was literally because someone else validated that decision for them. Right. And oftentimes we can call that like following. I'm forgetting what the principle is, and it's killing me that I'm forgetting. But like there's that within itself is something that you can duplicate as a business principle.
Well, that's why like clubs intentionally have lines.
Right.
Like you go in the club sometimes and
it's
like,
empty.
There's enough room to get people in, but it's like if nobody's waiting online, it doesn't look like it's lit. Like
right.
you don't. But then if somebody's waiting online now, you'll pay $3,000 for bottle service because the anticipation on what's inside, based off of people trying to get in that's not able to get in, makes it more appealing than if they just let everybody in.
Yeah, and you want, as human nature, we make decisions oftentimes not based off of ourselves, but the validation of someone else. You see that in the investment space and corporate partnership space especially, right? I don't want to be first money in. If anybody else comes in with money, then I will definitely come in, but I need to kind of de-risk my decision, right? The club is no different. I don't want to go into something that's not popping. And it's empty inside, but the line is so long that it makes me feel like the vibe is already created. I don't have to be the one to come in and create the vibe. And that's how we make decisions as humans. That's how we're influenced by other people. Like, that's how I bought the first iPhone, right? Like, that line, I was just like, it must be, because what we say is like, there is never going to be like, oh, it must be empty in there. There must be something unique and special that I need to be a part of if this line is that long. Whether the thing tastes good or is good or not, the line makes the decision for you. And so many of us do buying decisions specifically because we see those things
I feel like
happen.
Chipotle did a masterful job with that.
Yeah.
It was like no matter what time you went, it was going to be a line.
Chipotle, Apple with the iPhone, sneakers. You can see, and these things are sometimes very warranted because the product is good, but a lot of times, like nightclubs, it's manufactured for the very specific reason that they know it's going to enact one of the principles of the psychology of influence of how we make decisions.